Good afternoon, Knitty Hippers! Welcome back to my vlog. For those who've never been here before, I'm Michelle, aka the Knitty Hippie. So welcome. I hope you enjoy yourself. Today we're going to talk about my 50 million works in progress because I can't seem to stay on track. I see a project and I think, oh my gosh, I want to work on that. So I work on it for a while. Sometimes I get bored with it, especially if it's just stockinette stitch or just garter stitch. And then I'm like, oh, I need a break. I want to do something else. So then I'll do a different project and then come back to the first one later. Sometimes that actually helps me because then I kind of come back to it with like a renewed vigor, so to speak, and then I get it done a little bit quicker. Sometimes you just need a break from a project. So I have a lot of projects in the works and it's kind of ridiculous. But as I had told you guys before, first of all, my allergies are still way out of control. This is the worst time of year for me, for my allergies. So I will try not to sneeze and cough, just like I said in my other video, but I can't really control it because I have pretty severe allergies. And this year so far has been horrendous and it's only been a few weeks. So anyway, I want to talk about all things fiber arts on this channel. I don't just want to talk about knitting and crocheting and weaving because technically fiber arts encompasses sewing as well, and other things. So I want to talk about works in progress in all aspects. So I have a lot of things to show you today. Like I said, I've been kind of bouncing around between projects. But anyway, so it's afternoon here. I don't know what it is there, but I'm drinking my second cup of coffee. Yummy. My husband was nice enough to bring me Starbucks this morning as a little treat. He's in physical therapy because he had a hip replacement and he was right next to Starbucks. So as soon as he was done, he went to Starbucks, got me a coffee and surprised me with it because he knew that I wasn't feeling that great today because of my allergies and the baby hasn't been sleeping that well. So as any of you who have a nursing baby know, it can be very difficult. Even at 16 months, he's still having a really hard time sleeping. So anyway, so let's get to the works in progress and what I've been doing lately. Do all of you guys have a bunch of works in progress too? It's not just me, right? Everybody has WIPs, as they call them, all over the place. It can't just be me. I think every chair I sit at in my house, I already have something sitting there, which is kind of nice. So the first thing that I want to show you is I had shown you guys, last video was about the Disney ears / Mickey ears, whatever you want to call them, that I had made for my Disney trip in September. By the way, some of you guys had asked about my hair, how the blue looks or how long it is. You can kind of see my hair's got pretty long. It's down to the middle of my back. And the blue's doing pretty good. It's kind of to the point now where it's like starting to fade. And I have a lot of root, which I usually let it fade pretty good before the next dyeing session. That way I can bleach my roots and touch up any spots that need touched up and then do the blue over again or whatever color. I think I'm going to stay with blue for a while though. So here you go. I actually wore it down like you guys asked on Instagram. So anyway, we talked about the ears. So I showed you guys all my finished ones. I have some that are in progress that I'm waiting on different elements for or little pieces or decorations that I want to put on them. So this one, you can see it looks kind of weird right now because it's just wire ears. I don't know if you can see those. There you go. Just wire ears. And what these are going to be are for Kyle. Kyle wanted like floral ears. So you can kind of like wrap stuff around that and put flowers and stuff like that. And I thought that was kind of a neat idea. So these will be really, really cool when they're all done. Right now they're just kind of boring, but it took some testing and some messing around trying to figure out how to do these wires and make them look like ears and not be completely wonky and crazy. And I found it best to use, use jewelry wire, like a little bit thicker so that it's stronger. And I don't know what size it is. I can always find the tag if somebody's really interested and let you know what size it is. But we did that, and then we took, I took a cup that was the right size and just bent the wire around it and just kind of pulled on it. And then we hot glued it in the middle on both sides and then wrapped ribbon around each of those parts and hot glued that ribbon down to keep it from rubbing and to just have extra hold. So that worked out really nice, and I'm excited to show you guys when they're done with all the flowers and everything on it. So we'll see what he comes up with. He hasn't told me his plan yet because we haven't bought the stuff for it. So we'll see what he does at that time. Something I did finish is this. I decided to make my own Mickey holder. So this is like a big, I guess it's a vase. I mean, it's pretty large. I put some fabric in the bottom and just kind of hot glue gunned it in so that there's, let's see if I can center it here. Can you guys see that? All right. So that it has kind of a decoration, and then the ears just sit right on it. It's like the perfect size for that. And then on the bottom here, I put just dollops of hot glue, 4 of them, so that it doesn't roll once it's on a side. That way it can just sit nicely and hold all the ears, and I keep it up on top of my cabinet. But I wanted to show you guys that because I thought that was kind of neat, and it's an easy do-it-yourself way to store all your ears. Sometimes it's hard to know where to put them because you don't want them to break or get ruined or anything like that. So I needed something, and I didn't want to buy one. It just seems silly when I'm crafty. I read on Pinterest too that you could also take like one of those large oatmeal containers, you know, the round ones, the big ones, or the oat containers, whatever you want to call them, and you know, put paper around them or fabric or whatever and make them look really neat, decorate them, and use that. So that's an idea for you. Here, I want to show you guys. So another pair of ears that I'm working on are for me. I still need 2 pairs of ears. 2 pairs of ears, and I already kind of have them in the works. I was waiting for all the elements to get here before I finished it. One of them is lights. So let me show you what I'm talking about. So I got this fabric. These are my ears cut out. And this represents the Epcot ball, which is a ride, and it's called Spaceship Earth. This is kind of what it looks like at night with all the lights shining on it and everything. So this is kind of like the nighttime Epcot ball. And I thought that that was super cool. So that'll be my ears. And then I want to do a silver glittery bow in the middle, or sequined silver bow, because during the day the Epcot ball is silver. And then I'm going to put, after I stuff them, I'm going to put lights in here so that they light up at night, just like the Epcot ball. And then I have a little Figment pin that I'm going to put in the middle. And Figment is from a ride called Journey into Imagination with Figment. It's a ride at Epcot, and it's one of the older rides, so he's kind of a little mascot for Epcot, if you will. So that's what my ears are going to be like for Epcot. Very excited about that. And then we don't have the stuff for all the ears that Kyle has chosen. He needs to get on that so that we can figure out what we're doing. Okay, so to my knitting projects. As some of you already know, my baby wears cloth diapers. And this is good for babies that even wear disposable diapers because it's so absorbent. But I'm making a wool cover. This is going to be like the waistband. Granted, I've only done like 8 rows, but it's a bulky yarn, so it knits up very quick. And I have a bunch of different patterns that I use, but I've made so many of these, I kind of just have it memorized and have like my own thing that works. But you can find tons of patterns on Ravelry. So that's going to be the waistband. And this is just a Knit Picks bulky wool yarn. I'll have to see which one it is. I can always let you guys know if you really care. But I just thought it was really nice. And it's still a soft wool, which is great. But this is really good to put over cloth diapers or disposable diapers at night. You know, most babies, their diaper gets very full at night, especially if they're still waking up for bottles or to nurse in the middle of the night. You know, that diaper gets very wet and very full. And then you get leaks on their bed, on their pajamas, all of that. And so wool is very absorbent. So you put this over that, it's going to help you tremendously. So I'm making him another one. He's grown a lot and he really needs a bigger one because his other ones are just way too small at this point. So there's that. I think I have made so many of those. I don't even know. But it's just a quick, easy project that I like to do. All right. So the other project that I'm working on, excuse me, is a cardigan. And I will link you guys to the patterns that I am talking about, I will link them in the description box below. I don't think I have, sorry, I'm looking to see if my book is in here that has, no, it's not. It's probably in the other room. My little, dream catcher, that's what it's called. Space out for a moment, guys, sorry. My dream catcher, this actually came in one of Artistic Yarn by Abby's boxes. She had a beautiful yarn, and then she had this really cool dream catcher that you could put together yourself, and that was fun. I really like that. I want to make more of those. Anyway, back on track, Michelle. Stop rambling. Okay, so this is a cardigan that I'm making, and this is in the book New England Knits, but I don't remember the name of the pattern right now, so like I said, I will link it in the description box in case you guys are interested in doing it. The entire thing is knit and garter stitch, so it's a pretty easy knit, but it was getting boring for a while, so then I had taken a break from it, and then I went back to it, and I was like, oh yeah, I'm doing great, this is fun again. And as soon as I did that, I ran out of the freaking yarn. I was like, seriously? Because I thought I had a bunch of this yarn, and I don't know what happened to it. It's hiding somewhere in this house, and I will eventually find it. So this is the cardigan. The bottom stitches are on a holder right now because I needed the needles for something else in the meantime, since I was waiting for the yarn to get here, which I haven't even ordered yet. Anyway, so here it is. That's the top, and then that's the bottom. Like I said, it looks kind of funny right now because it's on the holders, but it's just a basic, and it's got buttonholes, but it's just a basic little cardigan. I always need those, and you do the sleeves at the end. You'll pick those stitches back up and knit them. But it's all stretchy and nice, and the bottom is gonna have, it's got like these little leaf motifs in it that you just make out of doing yarn overs and like knit togethers and slip knits and stuff like that. And it'll make two little leaves on either side when it's done. But I needed some basic cardigans. I have, you know, a lot of t-shirts and things like that. And then in the summer and in the spring, you still kind of need a cardigan every once in a while. So I decided to do that. So there's the back. Just very simple, easy. Like I said, I ran out of yarn. So this one, what is this? This is City Tweed, I believe it's called, and the DK weight on Knit Picks. So yeah, I just really like the blue, and I like that it has the tweed in it. I don't use tweed a lot, but I really love this. So yeah, I like it. So like I said, I can link it in the box below. If you guys want to know what the yarn is, I could put that down there too. All right, next project. This is the one that I am working on currently as I pull the stitches off the needle. I do that every time. There we go. Okay, then I'm working on currently. This is a project for my grandmother, actually. Her birthday is coming up, and I wanted to do something nice for her. They are having a surprise party for her, and I can't make it because it's in Indiana, and I really wanted to go, but the kids have school, and I can't justify taking them out of school and driving all the way to Indiana and then coming back for that quick of a trip and for my grandma's birthday, as much as I'd love to. So I'm going to send her a gift because I want to. So I decided that I'm going to do the Marled Mania scarf, shawl. And this is the one this is from West Knits by Stephen West. And usually when you make it, which I think I showed it on this channel before, I made one for my stepmom that's all kinds of crazy colors that I love. But it has a bunch of different parts, and we did it for the knit along a couple summers ago. And it has a bunch of different parts that are different stitches and things like that. And you take two colors of like sock yarn, put them together, and just go crazy. But because it's my grandma, and she really loves purple, like lavender and stuff, I decided to do it all in purples and lavenders. So, excuse me. So this is what I have so far. I have this section done. This is like a section 1. It's like the mesh section. Like I said, I'll link the pattern down below so you can see what I'm talking about. So that's the first section, which is a pretty cool pattern. And then this section is all seed stitch. Well, some people call it moss and seed stitch, but that's what that part is. And you can see it's kind of making like a funky shape. Once you put all the pieces together, it just makes like a big shawl. But that way I have something for her to think of me when she uses it. But she can kind of chill on the couch at night and just cover up in it, kind of like a lap blanket, but it's big enough to wrap around her. So yeah, I thought that was pretty cool. And I really hope she likes it. It just makes it kind of fun. So this is, I'm holding together I'm holding together a strand of palette yarn from Knit Picks, and just in white, just basic color. And I'm holding it together with Felici, a striped yarn. I can look up the colorway if you guys want and post it for you, but it's just a bunch of shades of purple. Felici sock yarn is really nice from Knit Picks. So yeah, so I've got that going and I love it. All right, and this one, I showed you guys a little bit of it on another video. So I'm still working on it. This is one of those that like I just do a little bit at a time in between projects because I'm using just a bunch of leftover sock yarn and it's just like all crazy. But this is the Marled Magic cardigan. I think that's what it's called. I think the Shawl is Marled Mania and I think the cardigan is Marled Magic, but it could have those reversed. I don't know. They're both by Stephen West, and like I said, I can link them below. So I stopped in a weird spot in the middle of the row. I don't know why I did that. I don't usually do that. So it's kind of hard to see what's going on here. Okay, it's upside down. All right, so this is the top. This will go around the neck and shoulders. I don't know if you can see the neck and shoulders. It's ribbed, but that's the neck and shoulders. And then this is just below the arms. And you can see it's getting kind of, look at that, kind of crazy with the colors, but it's really fun. And bright colors. Look at that. I love it. It's really fun. So, and it's super stretchy and like oversized. And I think this is going to be really, really comfy. And I'm looking forward to actually being able to wear it at some point. But like I said, I'm just doing it a little bit at a time. So it might be a while before it's done. But there it is anyway. I've been working on it. All right, so the next thing that I've been doing a lot of, and some of you guys aren't really going to care about this, but is cloth pads. I wear cloth pads, just like, you know, I give my son cloth diapers, I wear cloth pads, try to be as eco-friendly as possible instead of putting all that in the waste into the landfills and all that stuff, and then, you know, it doesn't biodegrade. There are some really good disposable pads out there, though, that are biodegradable and a lot better for you than the ones with all the chemicals. But I am sewing my own. I had bought a set and I'm just not happy with them. They don't suit me. They aren't as comfortable as I thought they'd be. Whatever. It doesn't really matter why. But I didn't like them and I was like, you know what? I can sew. I'm going to make my own. So here's what I made so far. Like I said, it's kind of a work in progress because I have, I need to make a whole stash of them. So this is just a regular absorbency, like a thin pad. And so there's this one. You can see it's like chocolate chip cookies, and there's milk on the edge of this one. Some of the others you can see the milk a little bit better, but and those straws and stuff. But I loved this fabric, and then that's top of the pad, and it snaps the crotch and everything. So nothing fancy, but it works for me. Again, I'm sure some of you don't care, but it was fun to sew anyway. And then for a thicker absorbency, I made this one, and I thought this was hilarious. I got the pattern from a store on Etsy, which I'll link below also. And the store is called Versodile. But she had patterns for cloth pads in different animal shapes, and I thought that was hilarious. And I was like, okay, I'm going to do this for my thicker pads, and, you know, help you differentiate between which pads are for which absorbency. We'll just say that. So I got this one, and it's a llama. I think it's hilarious. So here we go. Look at this. Okay, well, it's hard to see the shape because I'm holding it, but so it's a llama. And yes, that's a sloth Christmas fabric. I had it left over from Christmas, so I used it. So here, I'll see if you can see it a little bit better if I hold it back here. See? Llama. Isn't that hilarious? There's this, I don't know, maybe you can see the shape better from the side. There you go. It's a llama pad. How funny is that? Like, I never would have thought to make them fun. I mean, I guess, you know, it's so miserable, you might as well have something fun about it. Anyway, so sewing, that's what I've been doing. So again, nothing super exciting to talk about today. It's not like I have like a ton of stuff going on. Just a bunch of different works in progress. So I don't know. So what are you guys working on? Tell me down below. What do you guys want to see on this channel? Do you have anything that you're wanting to know? Anything that you're wanting me to review or talk about? If so, just let me know. Just comment. I have no problem looking into things and talking about different things and going over stuff that you guys might be interested in. It doesn't always have to just be about stuff that I want to talk about. It can be stuff that you guys want to talk about as well. Do you want to hear more about knitting? Do you want to hear more about crocheting? Do you want to see more weaving on the channel? Do you want tutorials on how to do things? Do you want more about sewing? Let me know down below. That's all I have for today. Boring, I know. Nothing too exciting, but at least you guys came and watched me. I guess I should be happy about that. Even though it's not that exciting today. It's a crappy day outside, and I'm just going to go hang out and knit because the baby's taking a nap, and that is very rare. So I'm going to enjoy it while I can. So until next time, I hope you guys will comment, subscribe, keep coming back, all that fun stuff, share my videos, and I will see you guys then. Bye.